With King Pell having dragged himself away from the chamber where the dripping of this magic has previously occurred, the uncertainty of what Harry is doing deeper within these cave systems tonight, more than ever, things could be
getting dicey.
Okay. Oh, that I needed to fix that before we do anything else. Why has that done that? Get that onto there. There we go. Cave sounds? We'll get some cave sounds as well. Let's, before we get fully into whoever's turn or whatever sort of action we want to take next, is that right? That doesn't sound like cave sounds, but it's telling me
Oceanic cave sounds.
Yeah.
The New Zealand Australia server for cave sounds.
Oh, here we go. This one's a better one. All right, let's get this one going instead.
The old Wizard of Oz has joined us. See what I'm saying?
Don't look behind the curtain.
All right. Oh man, why is sounds not working now? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that'd be great.
You had me fooled.
Okay. Before we get started, yes, King Pell has pretty much, from what it looks like, has just died in front of the three of you. With everything that's happening, with the uncertainty of like what is deeper within this cave system, I'd love to know what each of the characters is sort of thinking and feeling at the moment. Can we start with Lovejoy?
Well, Lovejoy's been close to death, I'd say 3 or 4 times on this expedition so far, and I think each of those times he's sort of coming to terms with his own. I've gone way too deep. You just went, mate, are you going to the cave or not?
No. Seriously, this is what you're saying is what I'm wanting to know.
Okay. So he's kind of come to terms with his own mortality a number of times, and I think the gravity of the situation, like from all the tomes and like knowing that this goes much deeper than just, one weird little kooky town and a little bit of anti-magic. I think he feels that the calling is greater than him, and he's prepared for whatever may come, including his own death if that's what it takes. But he knows that the fate of many, many more people than himself rests with stopping Harry, and so that's really what he's prepared to do.
Cool. Biko.
Biko has spent quite a number of time admiring King Pell, and he was the king of the mushrooms, and he's now dead. So he's a little bit torn inside that, you know what, you just got to kill and eat all the mushrooms. And if they talk to you, if they run around, don't be fooled, Biko, not again. And he's thinking about it way too much compared to the other scale of things that are probably should be taking his attention. But he's just looking at King Pell's corpse and thinking about how to best fill it him.
Okay. What about Gildan?
Gildan, I think Gildan's really puffed. And
really good stuff. Great character arc.
And he's had a long day, and
getting worse.
He's tired.
That's fair. That is actually, you guys have had a very long day.
The candle on top of his head is a little bit dimmer than normal. It's flickering, but he's worried about the people back at Kalderra, how they're angry now, and he thinks the only way to stop this is to ask Pelor to assist him to get Harry to come to his senses.
What a diplomat.
Mostly puffed.
Yeah. Well, there's a massive blue glow coming from south of the room that you're currently all standing in. You know, the last time you were in that room, it was a certain way. You caught a last couple of drops from this, the little basin underneath that, the dripping stalactite. Wasn't much of a sight to behold, but there is a massive blue glow coming from that direction now. And the only other thing that you really notice, other than just the lack of, there's like a stillness in this cave. Other than that, there's still that ferocity, that anger that you can feel guiding you towards this point of the cave. But you can hear like the rolling of those like animated stones off to the west through the entrance. They followed you through the forest. They were tossing themselves at you on your way through, and you managed to get into here. But you can hear them sort of rolling on the rocks.
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones are here. Everyone.
They've probably gathered no moss.
Yeah. Yep. That was good. That was really good. What's the is there what do people let's again with Lovejoy, you're hearing these things, you're seeing this glow. Is there anticipation of what's to the south, or are you eager to get in there? Like,
I think I want to get this over with as soon as possible. I don't mean the campaign. I mean the kind of the showdown with Harry.
Sure.
I want to get in there and sorry, I had to sneeze. Just get in there and
I thought that was me.
get.
Broken.
No, it's not so much get fighting, but find out, exactly what we're up against and do something to stop Harry.
cool. Do you head into the glowing room, or is there something you guys want to do before heading in?
I turn to Gildan and to Biko, and I'm gonna try and make a Churchill-like wartime speech, except much shorter. Don't worry. I'm gonna say, what we have through there is pure, unmitigated evil, and it is our sworn duty. I'm just telling you now, it's our duty to stop him. We knew he was a wrong'un from the minute we met him. Are we going to let him destroy this beautiful town with all them beautiful people? I'm angry, and I hope you're angry too. And if you follow me, I can't promise you'll live, but we'll put up a damn good fight.
Beautiful, Lovejoy.
George!
Wait, but isn't he?
What?
Harry's.
What's that?
We never.
Hang about.
We didn't think he was a
Gildan?
baddie.
What's that? Sorry, what's that, Gildan?
We didn't think Harry was a bad guy, did we?
I did. I always knew. You
did?
fellas know I knew.
We'll stop him in time, though, so it should be fine.
Well, we will if we stop fucking
You think
Gaspar.
everyone's a bad guy?
All right, with the sounds.
So
of
you want to kill him?
Yes. No, well, not necessarily.
No?
But I do want to stop him from his quest, which is clearly he wants to gain all the magic, become all powerful. Because he's a fucked up childhood, isn't it?
I reckon if he said he was going for a bath, he might be still getting changed. We could stop him before he gets in.
Biko.
I want
You
to
know?
see him naked.
The bath is a metaphor for a bath of magic. It's not really a metaphor if it's still a bath, but it's instead of water, it's magic.
Oh. He'll still be naked, though, right?
We can only hope.
Well, let's just have a look.
Was-
Like, I think it's going to be Harry in there, and we go from there.
You heard King Pao. He said, "Stop, Harry."
Yeah, the motive,
He did.
the urgency definitely was killed after King Pal did plead for you to stop him. There was definitely.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lovejoy. Let's go in there and stop Harry.
All right.
Okay.
Gildan?
I'm gonna charge, but the closer I get to kind of an opening where I could be seen, I'm I'm going to hug the wall tight and try and peek round a corner to get a glimpse of old blow balls.
Okay, great. Yeah, as the sound of these stones rolling along the rock behind you, you move towards the entrance into that cave with the blue glow, and you peer around the corner, and that familiar space that you were in before is completely different now to the last time you were in here. Instead of the faint glow from a slowly dripping stalactite, this time this entire sort of cathedral-like space is filled with the blue glow. The deep basin beneath the stalactite, which was empty last time you stepped foot in here, is now full almost to the top. And standing waist deep inside that pool, near the edge of the rim, is Harry.
Waist deep?
Well, yeah, but he does look like he's derobed. He's standing waist deep in this. He doesn't have his normal armor or anything on.
But is the
Can I
water
yell
up to
out?
his pelvis or just below his...
Tell me about it.
No, it's above. You're not seeing his cock and balls. They are
Okay,
they
that's
are well
important to know.
dunked within the magical.
What kind
pool.
of a fantasy is this? I'm gonna be like, Harry, I'm coming in. You decent?
He
I heard it's
sees.
a bath.
He hears you and sees you as you enter.
Dicey! I was trying not to.
Well, Gilden's just gone and asking about a bath. So,
Oh, but you could be
yeah, you can
Hidden,
be hidden by
I'm
all
always-
means if you want. Lovejoy. Gilden's gone, and Harry just looks at you while he's standing near the sort of within the basin, near the edge of this basin, waist deep in this magical fluid, and he smiles at you. It's this purely innocent smile, and his eyes, he's just so full of happiness. You can see the joy. He's wanted this. You can't see his joy. That's underneath the water. He's clearly wanted the ability to have magic his whole life, and he believes this is that moment. And he smiles at the happiness on his face as he takes another step forward, getting deeper into that the magic filled basin before just dropping down beneath the surface of the fluid.
Right, he goes under
He
completely under the
he goes under.
fluid.
Yeah.
He's like 8 foot tall, isn't he?
He's like 7 foot tall. Yeah, 7, 8.
Oh, is that all?
Like Shaq.
Yeah,
like a blue-
Shaq taking
Yeah.
a bath Shaq in a bird bath. I didn't think it would be that deep.
It was I think it was like a 10 foot. I think when I originally talked about it, it was like a 10-foot deep basin underneath the stalactite. So it's a pretty deep basin. The sound of these stones continue rolling up, and they're getting closer and closer. And Lovejoy, you turn to look, and it's just the sea of these animated stones now, just covering the floor, covering the
Sea.
cavern floor. It's just fully covered. This entire sort of entranceway back would be considered like difficult terrain now.
It's a
Oh, they're
shame.
behind us. They're coming
Yeah.
from where we were.
Yeah.
Coming
They'd followed you all in from the forest, back from Harry's cabin. What are you guys
Because,
thinking? What's going through everyone's mind at the moment? Harry is beneath the surface of this magic. What is there? Is there a want?
That's
of,
bad stuff. I've read this book, and that is connected directly to Aristal, who is, in fact, a baddie.
Yeah, Gilda, I think you're right. Remember those bodies we looked at and they all got all messed up? And those organs were under... Yeah. This isn't good. Like, we
Yes.
need to wash them off pretty quick.
Wash him off.
Yeah, do you have any, like, a bottle of water?
Oh! I love Joy, your little sippy bottle.
Oh my
You could
god!
use that.
I absolutely didn't think this could. And like a hose, I could put my thumb over the end of it, so it like sprays out like a bit higher pressure.
Do it.
Or you
Yeah,
can dilute
fuck
it
the
at
hiding.
least.
We can cleanse him. And he can turn back into Harry, normal guy. He's sad, but he's dangerous.
Cleanse him.
That is his last name, I think. We never caught his last name, but I hope it was normal guy.
It'd fit right in as a fur bulb.
And if it goes south, we could use the other end and just set the whole thing on fire. Like that magic blue
Yeah, is
stuff's
this blue
definitely
stuff flammable?
Definitely,
Yeah.
it's blue.
Yeah. I was just thinking it would be quite funny if I used my last spell slot on detect magic.
Bubbles start rising up out of the.
He's dropped one. He's dropped his guts.
Bubbles start rising up out of
That's flammable. That's flammable.
And the water level, as these bubbles start bubbling up to the surface, the water level starts to recede. Or the magic level, it's not really water, but the magic level starts receding down into the basin. And slowly you can see it get to a point where you see Harry's hunched form. You can see his blue fur appearing. And it looks like the water isn't just receding, but being absorbed down into Harry.
Does he have a distended belly? He's rolling around.
As the liquid disappears completely.
Completely.
Yeah.
He's drank 10 cubic feet.
He wasn't
water.
I just want to repeat.
It's 8 feet deep.
When I said the water was receding into him, I don't mean he was sitting there going gulp, 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 like drinking it.
He's butt choking it. How the fuck is he drinking it?
That's what you have implied.
It is being
Robots are like
absorbed.
sponges, right?
It is just It is basically just moving down
Like
and
Kirby.
receding into him. And he, despite having just been completely covered in this magical fluid, his fur doesn't seem to be wet in any way, and despite looking matted, and he stands up.
He's the ultimate cloth.
He's
standing up.
He stands up.
Wrestler name, the Ultimate Cloth.
He stands up, and so now you're seeing his full form. You can describe that however you want to describe it.
Oh my god!
Look, it's another mushroom, just as big as King Pal, and twice as angry.
No, he's really excited.
He opens his eyes, and he no longer has that sort of gentle look on his face that you're used to. His eyes are now glowing just this unsettlingly bright blue color. And there's like a beat, just a moment before you notice this blue steam sort of rising up off him. But it's not evaporating, it's kind of wisping and billowing around him. And it twists and turns. And within all of the steam that seems to be coming off his entire body, it sort of starts creating a form. And it's almost like
What the steam does.
There's like the steam that's billowing all around him, but this bluish form is now forming around Harry himself. And as the form starts to solidify more around him, you can hear Harry's bones snapping and cracking into place as he contorts himself to fill the form that the aura has taken. What you see now in front of you
Harry.
is a being, a bipedal being that seems to be cloaked. This aura, this magic has formed not just a figure, but this cloak around this figure. He has what looks to be a long flowing white beard, but it's made out of the same magical ethereal sort of steam that was coming up off Harry. And where the face should be, there is no obvious flesh, just a skull with dark recessed eyes. And within the holes on its face, beneath where the eyes should be, you see a terrified and pained look on the eyes of Harry within this shell.
Are you in there, Harry?
Okay.
I've just chucked the token down.
God, that's horrifying. I don't think he is okay.
Yeah.
It was when I heard his bones rupturing that I thought maybe he's not okay.
I think you're right, Lovejoy.
Even a physician
That's all
with
this
your
big
immense
beard.
skill, Biko, would struggle to put this cunt back together.
Yeah, what does Biko make of it with all of the books he hasn't read?
Yeah, the first bone crack, he's like, yeah, he'll be fine. The numerous ones after that, he's like, oh, that sounds like I've done it wrong again.
Sounds like failure.
Yeah.
Ultimate chiropractor.
On the ultimate cloth.
Immovable force. This is.
This
Who are you?
I don't know.
you shout out, and he looks.
Yeah.
He looks sort of up towards where you're standing now, and he looks at the two of you, and almost instinctively just looks directly at you, Lovejoy. He knows you're there. He can
off.
sense you there.
This is gigs up. I move into full view.
He looks at you and he speaks in this deep voice. It's in Celestial, so I believe the only person that can understand him will be Gildan. And he says,
Yeah, again.
He says, I don't have time for this. I'll deal with you. And then the shackles that bind the rest of me.
He looks a bit like Skeletor, doesn't he?
Let's just bring him back up for you if you wanted to.
He said he's going to deal with us and then remove shackles for the rest of him. Hey, I'm going to talk back in Celestial. Hey, where is the rest of you?
He ignores what you say and just brings his hand up and forms this mystical. It's beautiful. This gem of pure shiny light, and he just brings his hand up and forms it between his fingers. And I'm just going to need a wisdom saving throw from each of you. You're looking at it in his hand. It is beautiful. It's mesmerizing.
I almost don't even want to make the save. I haven't.
Because that's a total of 7.
8 total.
Okay, we will
6 plus 5 for 10.
we will roll for initiative, I think.
Oh, okay. This sounds positive.
Biko remembers to click his token.
Ah. 19 all up.
Biko rolls.
Love
total
going
3.
first. Such an uninspiring wank job.
Is that your opening action?
Been stuck in another realm for
Oh, it's
millennia.
that's not Tone Elder. Okay.
Forgot about this though, haven't you? Huh?
Imagine
all right.
if that saved us.
Imagine if he ejaculated all the blue magic or back into the pool and it was just Harry at the end. It was just like the wax dart had been unsealed. And, yeah.
At the top, but what we'll do, because it's, I guess, Lovejoy, we'll let you go first. I wasn't sure if I was going to make that a surprise attack from him first, but I think you see him raise his hand and start forming something. You guys have all done the rolls that we'll keep for when it is this possessed Harry. It's his turn, but Lovejoy, we'll go with you first.
I am going to, seeing him raise his big shiny claw, I'm going to start running this way behind him so that he's kind of, at least has to think about who he's going to hurl something at. And then as I get to here, which I think would be around about the max movement I can have, I'm going to cast... Shit, I guess this is fuck. Oh, I've got 2 spell slots left, and I'm going to use one of them. I'm going to have to use one of them to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
When was the last time you used it? Last 8 hours.
Yeah, I think I used it a long time ago. Like, more than a day. So yeah, that's my action.
Okay. It is this possessed version of Harry's turn, and he's formed this crystal, this beautiful shining crystal. You've all rolled wisdom saving throws of 8, a 3, and a 3.
No, I got a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry, 10.
7.
10 and 8. Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, what am I? I was looking at your initiative, sorry. 7, 10, and 8. There's a want and an anticipation of wanting this gem that he's holding up, and you just can't help but move towards it. You move towards it in an incredibly safe manner. You're not going to trip down into this basin, but you do, without keeping an eye off it, you move towards it.
I like your sparkly gem.
Does it go on your gym?
His own. It's a nice gem. It looks expensive.
So all of you find yourself within 5 feet of this being now. Gildan, it's your turn. You can have another try at a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
In fact, while you are in this state, that's basically all you can do at the end of your turns.
For the whole turn.
But yeah. This is how you can.
What did
end
I
your
get?
turn.
A 13 plus 5 for 18.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So you managed to, like, your hand is like reaching out for it, and you suddenly manage to just break free of that hold. But that is the end of your turn. Biko, it's your turn.
Biko's stooping forwards towards the gym. Oh, yeah, that's mine. That's my one. Yeah.
Give us a wisdom saving throw.
Biko rolls a total of 4. Told you it was mine.
You're like on your tippy toes, like just trying to reach at it, trying to snatch it, but it's just always out of reach. And by God, you need it. You must. This is the most you've wanted anything, including mushrooms or a lack of books. This is it. This is the pinnacle. Lovejoy.
Dex, wisdom saving throw, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 18 plus 1 for 19.
Okay, that is the end of your turn as you snap out of.
Wait a minute. This is one of them fucking tricks I've heard about.
And as you say that, you're like looking at him, and he just disappears, and there is just a thunderclap of sound. Can I get a Constitution saving throw from everybody?
13.
14 for Biko.
He just disappears from sight.
10 minus.
What did you say? 10 minus 2.
Says I got an 8.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I have a plus 2. That's weird.
Oh, what? It says a 6 plus 2 you rolled.
Anyway, okay.
Can I
Whatever.
get through? Actually, I'll roll it since, like I said, is his roll to make, as it is damage on each of you. Each failed the roll and take 3d10 damage, which I am.
Shit.
Well, I guess we won't find out how this one ends, Jack.
That thunderclap just rings.
Well, this is how it ends.
Just against the edges of the basin. He just disappears and appears at the top of the basin.
Sounds like my mornings.
Down at you, all three in the basin. You take a total of 23 damage each.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
I've got 24 hit points, you idiot.
How do I go into the negatives? I've never done this before.
Oh, well, you just go to 0. You just go to 0.
Isn't there some rule about if it's a certain amount past 0, you're fucked?
If it's like...
Double your HP max.
Twice your maximum HP.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Okay,
your
it's not
maximum
that.
HP in negative.
Yeah. How's Biko?
Biko is embraced by the sound and is instantly KO'd as in a dying state.
And it's the same for Lovejoy. Okay. Whose turn are we on? It's Gilden's turn.
I'm going to stand up. Have they both died? Have you guys died? No response, I suppose.
Yeah, they're
like a
unconscious.
goldfish.
They're in dying
Oh,
states.
unconscious. Okay.
Well, I guess no. I guess it's dying state. It's not unconscious yet. So yeah, you're probably hurting.
I'm going to. Okay, well, Biko's right next to me. I'm going to pull out the potion from my pocket and uncork it and pop it into his mouth. I'm going to tilt his head back like this. Open the jaw. Pop the potion in. It's like a little baby. Glug, 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 glug. And then I'm going to put him in the recovery position.
It's very safe
roll him onto his
administering of
side.
the potion. It's very
don't
by
want
the
him to
book.
choke.
I'm going to look up the rice principles. Some ice on his...
Yeah. He has done a first aid course at the church. Then I'm going to, for my movement, is that my full action? I suppose it is.
Yes, putting
Run
someone
over
into
to
the
Lovejoy
recovery
and start
position.
slapping him.
How is this cunt getting put in the recovery position and I'm getting slapped?
How much was it? Just a normal potion of healing? What was the potion that you were?
Yeah, I will look at it. That's right. That's an actual thing, isn't it? It's my only potion of healing. Yeah. What does it say? 2d4 plus 2.
Nice. Give us a 2d4 plus 2, please, Reese.
Magical red fluid.
Ooh. I'm going to go with 2d4 plus 2. There's a 1d4 and there's 2d4. Oh, brilliant. So that's a total of 4.
You're all 2 ones.
2 ones.
Okay.
Do it! Whoa, thanks! Whoa! Shit!
God, you work with some talented actors, don't you, Reagan? We are incredible.
But it's Biko's turn. Biko, you've just been helped through some immense pain. But with 4 hit points remaining, you're still not feeling that great, to be honest.
Biko's whole failure life flashes before his eyes as he's rested back into the realm of the living. And he poos himself a little bit, but not enough other people notice. Oh, guys, shit. And for some uncanny reason, his physicianing kicks in, and he sees the limp pile that is Lovejoy. He's going to scramble around, and he's going to kick into his
Slap him.
slapping and physicianing techniques, and he's going to be using his healer's kit, and he's going to assess his wounds and try to remember what his father told him about don't slap too hard.
You're trying to just stabilize.
I'll slap this side, you slap that side.
Yeah. he's going to try and stabilize him.
Yeah, you can absolutely use your healer's kit to stabilize as your action. So you're no longer in a dying state, but you do sort of pass out into unconsciousness. You're in a unconscious state now. Lovejoy.
Gildan, I think.
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Gildan, I think he's not the dead, but he's still like really messed up. Can you like do the peel or zam, please?
I'm too tired. Maybe after a long rest,
It's like
I'll be able to do that.
Honestly, I'm just a bit tired, to be honest.
I wish I could.
I can't be fucked.
I'll keep applying more bandages. Let me know when you feel better, Gildan.
Aristal, there's no hiding it. It's Aristal, or at least a version of Aristal, looks down at you three in the basin, clearly frustrated that you were strong enough to withstand that. He just sort of like, there's like an ethereal nature. It's not that he's walking back down to your level. He sort of floats back down to your level and strikes out.
Get on my level.
Strikes out, forms this club, this ethereal club at its side, and in a swift move moves between both Biko and Gildan, striking out with this club. Biko, it is a roll of a 16.
That beats my armor class, if that's what you mean.
yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Doing a total of 3 damage on you. Sorry.
Well, lucky you got 4 hit points.
There is a roll of. Sorry, that didn't roll. It's making weird, annoying sounds.
Didn't roll. Looks like a crit fail to me. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I didn't click. I didn't click the right thing in the.
Granddad.
No, I
here
didn't.
says
I clicked the wrong thing.
Suddenly doesn't know how to roll the dice.
Does it look like the previous thing that I rolled? But if you want, we can.
Give me a 1.
There you go. It's still a 1. It's still a 1, even with that. It just brings that club down in front of Gildan.
To his own balls.
Actually, that's right. I've got to roll a D100, don't I? Let's have a look.
I could
What
really
a way
do with
for Aristal to be
some
defeated.
wild magic.
It's a pretty bad thing, bad roll. He just brings that club down onto the rocks, and it just sort of shatters in an ethereal kind of explosion. And there's like a clear frustration growing with this being. Gildan, he's standing directly in front of you at this point.
Oh, okay. I look up after, like, in between slapping Lovejoy, trying to bring him back to life, and look up, and I'm just going to say, like, get out of here. P-Law, make him get out of here. And I'm going to do, my biggest channel divinity thing. I can only do it once per long rest. It's pretty much the only magic I've got left. That is called Radiance of the Dawn, and it gets rid of magical darkness. But more importantly, he has to do I think it's a con save. Yes. Yeah, a con save of 13. Or take 2d10 plus 3 damage.
Damn, that's some good damage.
Dang.
That is a fail. He's only rolled an 8 here.
Oh.
How much?
He takes 20 radiant damage.
What does that look
Jesus
like?
Christ.
What does that look like?
This is my biggie. I'm like, get out of here with my great acting. And P-Law shows up and goes, get out of here. It just like appears like, boom. This is the one time that Pelor actually shows up. And goes,
Wow. I think Biko, you
Fuck
for the
off.
first time now have seen Pelor as well. Lovejoy, this would blow your mind if you were conscious, but Pelor has just formed at the beck and call of Gildan. Gildan, is this the first time you've seen Pelor?
I see him all the time.
I thought he was one of those things that you talk to him a lot, but you never really got a response directly, right?
Yeah, he's normally no, he doesn't listen to me,
Yeah.
and he's not responding to me now. But yeah, not often. He just talks boring shit about light. But so I'm kind of used to him. But I do think he's pretty great.
Okay. So, I think it doesn't work for me. Okay.
Holy shit. Pelor!
Great. Yeah. This radiant light just like shines out from Pelor, and Aristal puts his sort of ghostly arms, and this is when you're seeing like it's not just one elbow. There's like joints all up up Aristal's arms. He's quite a disgusting
Joints.
creature. Yeah. And so there's this weird kind of like positioning of arms to get it up into there, and you can understand now what those breaking sounds were for Harry.
He's got multiple elbows.
Yeah. But
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. And so you've done 20 damage, and that has definitely hurt Aristal. Biko.
All right, Biko's pretty sure he's hallucinating on those mushrooms again. Seeing a giant candle appear and his head being smacked around and underground lightning, and he's going to use his uncoordinated super ability to disengage, and he's going to retreat to the back of the cave, and he's just going to panic. Shit, guys! He's going to point at these epic creatures in their battle.
Aristal, furious with Gilda, just reaches for him, grabs him by the armor, and lifts back and just smashes his face down into Gildan's. So this is a d20 plus 2. I haven't written that one down. A 14.
That's a miss.
That's a miss.
It probably hits his head on the corner of my candle. Does the candle get stuck in his eye socket?
No, it just sort of like passes through. He's like trying to strike down with you with these two massive connecting headbutts, and with frustration, he just lets you go and floats off, opening for an attack if you want to attack. Floats off.
Yeah, I'll attack him. Pelor! It's just a cantrip, but it's Sacred Flame. So he needs to do a dex save of 13.
A 15.
Oh, okay. So he won't take any damage.
He just floats over to a cowering Biko.
Would have been an 8 too.
Biko, your turn.
Biko's got his back to the wall, and he wrestles in his own mind as he's seen Pelor appear and then disappear, and Gildan's still fighting on, and his fallen comrade behind him, and he's gonna lash out with his mushroom filleting knife. Just go away! And attack with a mundane choppity chop.
Okay, give us a roll to chop.
And he hit. Hopefully, he hits with an 18.
That is a hit. That is a hit. You managed to slice into whatever it is that's in front of you.
It looks like I didn't click the button to do damage as well. Do I click?
You should just be able to click the damage section.
I'm gonna click the no. I'm gonna click the button again. All right. Let's take 7 piercing and with his ungangliness, he's going to use his swashbuckling feet to do his 2 points of sneak damage when there is no bad guys within 5 feet.
He is within 5 feet, though.
But no other guys are there.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I'll dump the thing into the chat.
Oh, yeah, cool. I trust you. I trust you. So it's another 2 points of damage on top. You notice that as your blade passes through him, it comes out the side of him with both red and blue kind of liquid on it. It looks like you've managed to cut through, and there's blood on there, but there's also some of that magical stuff that you saw that came out of King Pal, and it disappears and sort of into mist, but that blood just splatters against the rock at your side.
It's like a snake bite, but we have to suck it out of him.
Yeah.
Like a giant pool's
That's what he's going to ask for next round.
We got this girl, dude! Shit!
Having just been attacked, and at the top of the order again, he grabs Biko by the collar. Oh my god. And does a crit fail. He's going to attack twice. First is the crit fail, followed by...
second attack is against himself.
4. This great being is having absolute trouble just connecting.
He's been asleep for a while.
Yes. His first attack is like...
Arms are asleep.
He just aims for your face, Biko, and he brings his head down to try and connect some of that disgusting bone, magical bone kind of defaced head into yours, and you just dodge to the side, and he just cracks into the rock wall behind you, and he brings his face back, and there's just like a crack now down the bony exterior of his skull. So he has taken a couple of points of damage from that as well. Gildan, we're back with you.
Oh, okay. Is there any way that I can bring Lovejoy back to...
Only if you've got some sort of healing...
You got a cantrip of healing?
Oh, so I can't, like... I'll look it up.
Am I just out of it now? Do I just...
Well, just it's okay. Just hold on a little bit.
You're stabilized, I suppose.
Yeah, you're stabilized.
So...
If you're not healed, you regain 1 hit point after 1d4 hours.
So you're not out.
In-game hours or real hours? Or...
Give us a 1d4, please, Lovejoy.
Okay.
If this battle
Sweet.
goes... If he
See
keeps
you in
getting
2
ones
hours,
against
guys.
us...
Gildan.
Just hold him off for 2 hours.
What have we got here, Gildan?
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame
So
again?
he has to do a dexterity save.
Yeah. Okay, cool. He's rolled an 18.
Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't get hit. I'm going to try and pick up Lovejoy and
Toss
walk
me into
backwards
the,
out of the cave.
Okay.
Toss me into the lake. The lake of fire.
Not when you're unconscious.
Uh,
I'm going to carry him I'm going to try and drag him.
It's like a reverse Captain
To the
Dan,
south.
Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Yes. I'll chop your legs off.
Biko, another turn from Biko.
Biko's seeing this nightmarish creature in front of him, and he thought he did a pretty great stab, and he's fearing for his life. So he's going to make out like he's going to attack and then like half fall back on his ankle and nearly fall over and use his fancy footwork to disengage without prompting an attack of opportunity. And he's going to scoot to the north and just call back at the big creature as he sees his compatriots escaping to the south. You're shit!
Okay. Seeing all of these attacks just fail over and over again. You can hear him muttering something. There's a reluctance to do the thing that he wants to do. And in Celestial Gildan, he's like, I was saving this for my shackles. And he raises his hands up, and they sort of join together into this solid glow. And again, he just disappears and just appears in front of Biko and just cracks this like mound of bone that he's formed around his fist, just smacking them into Biko's face, and then disappears again in front of Gildan and smashes it into Gildan's face. This is a move he can choose not to miss. It's not a roll to hit kind of deal. It only does about 8 damage. It's like 5 to 8 damage.
I don't know I wanted. Choose not to miss.
Yeah, it's a spell, so it's not a roll to hit kind of situation. It's a very high level spell. And so what was the situation with the health left over? Biko, you had like 2 left over, 1 left over. Gildan, you had 1 left over as well.
I've got 1 as well. Yes.
Okay.
The real big one though.
Okay. Yeah. This thing
Wide
just
one.
This thing just hits into you. The strange thing, Biko, is the what this thing looks like. It looks like it should have delivered something that should have killed you outright. But as Aristal appears in front of you, it almost plays out in slow motion as you see this bone monstrosity like being thrown into your face, and you can see through the voids in Aristal's eyes just to see this concerned and worried look from Harry. And it's almost thanks to Harry that this punch has been pulled. It's enough to knock you unconscious onto the ground. It drops you to 0 hit points. You're not in a dying state, you're just in an unconscious state. Almost as if this was Harry trying to save you in some way. But Aristal disappears, and Gildan, you suffer the same fate. And you see that same thing. The pleading eyes of forgiveness from Harry from within the voidless eyes of Aristal before everything goes black and you too fall unconscious. The last thing that you guys hear before fully falling unconscious is Aristal's moving out of this room, and the sound of the sea of animated stones rolling across the ground with him exiting the cave, and it just gets distant and distant. It could be the fact that they are just moving further away from you, or that maybe it's just you finally dropping into full unconsciousness. And it could be minutes, it could be hours later. When it's about an hour and a half later. We're not even going to say the full 2 hours. You don't know how much time. It definitely hasn't been 2 hours. that something stirs within the cave, and there's a form that is dragging itself into this room. This is not something you're seeing. This is me more telling a story of what's happening around your unconscious bodies. There is a form that is just reaching out and dragging itself into this area, which is a lot darker than now that the liquid is gone. And it drags itself over to Biko and puts tries its best to hold on to Biko as he continues dragging itself over to the other two, Gildan and Lovejoy, unconscious near the southern end of this room. And this creature places Biko down next to the two of you and lifts its mushroom head up and shudders. And this cloud of spores erupts out from King Pal and lands down on all of you. It's his final thing that he can do to help. The spores... Oh, sorry?
Take 10 poison damage.
yeah. A warmth spreads over your unconscious bodies, and you awaken, but you awaken feeling amazing. This last ditch effort from King Pal to help acts like a long rest, and you are fully back to fighting fit form. And not only that, but I've been waiting for you to have a long rest. I thought you would have a long rest back at the goblin sort of encampment. So this also comes with a level up for level 4.
Oh, wow. I did not expect. Wow. Thanks, King Pal. So he slithered over like a big tube and then had a big shudder.
You do see him now.
When he
that
lifted his mushroom head, I thought,
you
this
do,
better be King Pal.
you do see now that his face is fully healed over. His arm is now laying next to just this large mushroom, just this dead mushroom.
That's very nice of him, considering we killed him. Isn't it?
Well,
Really quite lovely.
King Pal, I always told you guys he's the man.
so do we want to take a quick 5 and then get into the level up? Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Awesome.
Wowee.
Cool. How's
Amazing.
How's everyone in the chat doing? Feel free to let us know what you thought of that. Does anyone deserve inspiration for anything? Just let us know in the chat.
You do, DM. Oh no.
Yay, Aristal gets inspiration. You guys did a lot more damage on Aristal than I thought you would do.
That peeler bomb was amazing.
That was such a good moment.
I'm
and radiant
so
damage.
glad that
too.
hit.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Con save +2.
What's
Just trying to figure out, because it's doing my HP wrong, because it's only giving me 2 extra HP. So I've gone from 24 to 26.
Okay.
So I think overall,
What's
I should have had more than 24 in the first place, I think.
What's right? What's the
Let's double
rule
it.
for clerics?
So I get 1d8 per cleric level.
So that's 24. Just
No, I'm going up 5 plus my con mod.
Ah.
So I start with 10 and then I go up 7 each. So 7 times 3.
plus your original starting. So 21 plus your
Plus
original
10.
starting.
31.
So you'd be
So,
at 31
yeah, that's
now.
extra then.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, instead of 26. It's trying to rip me off.
Oh, so it's 24 plus 7. So that is 31. So it has been working right up to that point then.
Was it? Okay.
Because if you were at 24 and now you get 5 plus 2, that takes you up to 31. So it's all
Good.
Yeah.
Total average. Oh, yeah, okay. There, that's good.
Random Origins is Random Origins is in chat. He's giving us a little thumbs up for that. How cool does Aristal look? So stoked on
So
that.
cool.
So stoked on that image.
Yeah, it does.
I used the dark arts of Windows Copilot to get
awesome.
That's the dark side there.
that. Yeah, suddenly
The
less cool.
first
right? You're just
generation.
Like, fuck. That's
Is it
pretty
like
good.
mid?
He looks pretty metal.
Windows.
He does look incredibly metal. There was some really lame alternatives that it gave me as well, so I thought that was a...
Oh, when he goes into his different phases, are you going to swap into the lame ones?
Yeah, I really should.
That would be cool.
Mm.
Mr. DM, what's your thoughts on feats?
Oh, are you at a point where you can either take a
Yeah.
feats?
Yeah.
Is there one that you're looking up that you'd be keen on? I'd rather have this conversation in our break, so that works. So,
Yeah.
What one are you looking at?
So Biko is looking at healer as a feat.
Oh yeah.
You're an able physician. Am I?
Accidentally able.
Yeah. Allowing you to mend wounds and get your allies back in the fight. So when you use a healer's kit to stabilize, they also gain 1 HP.
Yeah, for sure. You can if you want that over
Nice.
an ability score improvement, you're totally welcome to have that.
And it
Oh.
also, if as an action, I can use a healer's kit to restore 1d6 plus 4.
That's
to
pretty
heal.
good.
And I
Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's one of those things that, like, at low levels is really handy, but at high levels you may never use.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's up to you, I guess. Considering our game is low level, that probably works pretty well for you.
And I never miss my attacks, and I can shoot lightning from my eyes now.
Oh, shit. Okay. That might break it a little bit. Does it say anything about Aristal in the...
Actually, yes. Aristal's Bane magic auto hit is included.
Okay.
Once per long rest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, awesome. Thanks. I'll dump that into the chat.
In the chat, Random Origins is saying, questionable popsicle eating, Adam. You're only going to encourage him. Just be thankful he doesn't have 2.
Where does it go?
Once again, I'm left disappointed. The fact I, as a man, can't just enjoy a simple frozen treat without being objectified.
Oh, yeah. Because you absolutely would not make the same joke.
I'm simply trying to get the flavor out.
And leave the ice.
Do you have to hold it with 2 hands, though? That's the thing.
Absolutely not in my case.
I'm going to have to bring up...
Heavy Armor Master. What does that do?
So I think everyone's grabbing a quick look into their level ups. We can... Sorry, excuse me. We can, if we want, just get back into it and talk about level ups if we want. Let's do that. Okay, cool. Well, we'll start with Biko, since we've kind of already had a quick chat about it previously. Biko, what's the level up for a level 4 rogue?
Yeah. So level 4 rogue, I have the option for ability score improvement or a feat. And Biko has chosen a feat. He's remembered some of his childhood training around do actually heal them properly as opposed to don't heal them very well and bandage things that don't need bandaging. So he's taken the healer feat. And I get some sweet HP. And
that's kind of it. I was wondering if there was going to be any extra proficiency bonus or any sort of sneak attack bonus, but it's really just that feat. But it's a good feat.
There's a table for the old. Yeah, proficiency and sneak attack are the same, +2 and 2d6.
Yeah.
And there he goes.
All right.
Classic Biko. He's got a maximum HP now of 35.
Oh,
With
right.
his
Yeah.
Sweet dwarven ancestry.
Okay.
Which is pretty sweet.
There he is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sweet. Gildan with the cleric role moving up to level 4. I'm just bringing up some information on my side as well. What do we got?
I'm just trying to... I hadn't really considered getting a feat, but I'm looking at what they are.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
If it wasn't a feat, then I'd just be increased my strength by 1 and my con by 1. But...
Okay.
It might be good.
You also get an extra 2nd level spell and an extra cantrip.
Oh, another cantrip.
Another cantrip.
Okay.
But yeah, feel free to take a look at feats. If you want, for now, you can boost your ability score, and then we can come back to a feat if you find one that we agree would be a good fit.
Yeah, I was looking at Heavy Armor Master.
What does that one do?
And if you get hit You don't roll your shoulder.
Oh,
Is that what you?
shit.
Is that what you
You would
had?
approve. Yep,
Yes.
that's it. That's it.
It reduces it by 3. The
I
damage
know
by
that
3.
one all too well. What? Yeah.
I was making him die.
It's a good one. It's a real
Yeah.
good one that annoys DMs. But I would
Yeah,
allow
maybe.
it. I would allow it. It fits with Gildan, I think.
Yeah, he's heavily armored. Yeah, otherwise I don't know. Tough. There's one called Tough. There's plenty of them, so.
Okay, well have a bit of a
Hit point
look.
maximum.
Yeah, so your hit points went up to, was it 31, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I found out that if you increase your con, it retroactively increases
Yeah, man.
It does.
the HP.
It does.
Get them HPs.
So
So if you wanted that ability
Yeah.
score improvement, that might possibly help you out health-wise too.
yes. However, what was it? Heavy Armor Master. That increases your strength. But one of them increases your con, and that would also do the same thing.
Yep. Oh, we'll have a look at it. We'll go over to Lovejoy. Sorcerer, right? You've got sorcery points.
Mm.
Level 4. Level 4. What do we got? Do you have that up in front of you, or do you need me to sort of go through? For our podcast listeners, he's eating a nice pot. That's what That's what you've been hearing in the background of both.
Oh, could you hear all that? Well, could you hear like slurping?
The gagging
And,
sounds.
yeah, the choking. You didn't...
How are your tonsils?
Or push back into the roof of the mouth. Yeah, so I also have the option of a feat or 2 ability score options. I have been struggling to even find the feats, to be honest. I've got the player's handbook digitally in front of me. I've got the fucking
Page
character
165.
builder.
Page 165.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got it digitally. Let me just.
The middle.
Just this will be thrilling listening on the pod.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I am.
Can you do a search for a word?
I tried to search for feats.
Search for Dungeon Delver.
Gildan does like feats.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What would it be under?
Probably just feet.
Do you know what?
Feats.
I'll just go ability score improving.
Hey.
I
just
feel
go
like
Dex.
if you can't find them, you don't deserve one. I think that's.
I think that's fair. That's fair. I'm going to go Dex, and we've had to do a bunch of wisdom. And the type of character this Aristal is, I feel like we might be asked to make more wisdom saves. Just a guess. So I'm going to go Dex and wisdom.
Okay.
Those
You
are
also
my 2.
you also get another cantrip.
I know what I get.
Okay. Well, after the feats conversation, I wasn't sure if you knew where we were at. But I'm also just sort of like saying it for the viewers as well and the listeners. So, an extra sorcery point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wilder magic.
Yeah. And an extra level 2 spell slot.
Yeah. You took the words right out of me. I was just about to explain all of those things.
Well, because it sounded like you just wanted to tell me you already knew what it was.
Yeah, sometimes I can't control what you think you are picking up from me, but it couldn't be further from the truth. Yeah. I'll have a wee look at the cantrips and spells, and I'll make some educated decisions.
Okay. That sounds good.
Dancing lights, that looks good. I'll get that.
Take detect magic again.
Double down on it.
Double down, delicious. Absorb elements.
Detect double down. That's a different spell.
It's only a little different.
Yeah.
It's a bit more of a perception check, to be honest.
You cast
Is,
detect magic twice on a piece of meat.
Does Aristal dish out cold, acid, fire, lightning, or thunder damage?
Not that you've noticed.
No, I won't be taking that then. Okay. Carry on.
All right, let's just move some tokens.
Is that it? Is that all? I seem to remember in Curse of Strahd we were getting cool shit every other week, but
Level 4 is a bit of just a
bit of a letdown. Little letdown.
Well, it was gifted from a dying magical being this time. So.
From
I
a
think it's
magic
one
mushroom.
of the good ones.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
depending on your build, it's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you know what a feat is.
I know what it is. I just couldn't find it in this
It makes you walk
poorly
funny.
laid out book.
Got 2 of them, don't I? We had a creature for an opportunity attack.
6th level looks good. Could we just do that instead?
Just jump
I
up
get
to
a cool
6.
thing
Oh, yeah.
at 6th level.
What do you get?
We just need to find the queen
Bend.
mushroom.
Well,
for
they
that.
are magic spores.
Bend luck. Starting at 6th level, you have the ability to twist fate using your wild magic. When another creature you can see makes an attack roll or an ability check or a saving throw, I can use my reaction and spend 2 sorcery points to roll 1d4 and apply the number I roll as a bonus or a penalty to the creature's
This
roll.
started off very exciting, but I got a little bored by the end of it, to be honest.
You're joking me. That sounds like a good one.
Feel free to take a look at the extra spells or cantrips or feats that you want to do. But
Yeah, I'm just going to choose ability score for now.
you don't know how much time has really passed since Aristal knocked all of you unconscious. There is a surprise that you're not dead. You all thought, this is it, we're dead, game over. And what is lying next to you now is the last time you saw King Pal, he was outside of this cavern, and now he is nothing more than a 7-foot tall mushroom lying on the ground next to you all. And you groggily all get to your feet.
King Pal. Oh my god, he's fucking dead. He must have... He looks like he died trying to save us. Or something.
I'm sorry I doubted you, King Pal.
Shriveled up.
It's been a real roller coaster for Biko.
Cold in here.
You guys are also just feeling like amazing, by the way. Like after having been knocked out, it's like I said, it was like a long rest. You feel completely and utterly refreshed. You've got all your spell slots. You've got all your health back. You are feeling fantastic.
Ricky's gonna backflip. Rolls 14.
Okay.
14's pretty good. What does Biko make out of a 14, do you reckon?
Biko's gonna just channel that sportastic energy inside him and bend his spine around and go, and he's gonna spin around vertically, which is still considered a flip.
It's a side
some
flip, a barrel roll.
That's right. So he's going to jump up, spin around vertically, and then land at his feet. Be like, guys, we're not dead. We're not dead. Gildan, are
We're
you
not
dead?
There's
I'm not dead.
There's something strange. You're all feeling good. You're all obviously it's very strange that you're back feeling fantastic after what had just occurred. But there's a
Feeling
the
fun.
room is dark. The cave is dark. There's no wind. There's no sort of real sounds. You don't hear any of those stones rolling around. There's something else that's weird, that's out of place. It's not the same as it was. And it's the fact that there's nothing. There's like, for the last few days, there's always been a pull towards this spot. There's been a pull towards Kalderra or this cave. You weren't sure exactly where, but it was probably that void, that tunnel of void. But now there's no anger, there's no happiness, there's nothing. There's a lack of any pull, any call from Kalderra.
Did you just end the campaign?
No. The end.
No call.
Guys,
Call waiting.
do we just win or lose? I'm not sure.
Oof.
Well, I gotta say, I gotta apologize to you, Lovejoy, because you were right about Harry in some ways. He did
What an apology.
go a bit buff.
Have you considered a career in politics? That's the sort of non-apology that most politicians would give. You were right in some ways.
I'm sorry you
Wrong in
feel
others.
that way.
I'm sorry that you were offended. Oh, I tell you what, that Harry, he was completely taken over by the magical blue goo, and now, and at the end, it's all coming back to me. He was Aristal. He was possessed by Aristal, that evil fucking wronging from the ancient times, and he was talking about the shackles. What the shackles does he mean?
Probably his
Is
band.
that like a pub?
His band.
His band.
Harry and the Shackles. Yeah.
Yeah,
He did look
That's
like
a
he was
good
in
name.
a band, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, Blue Balls.
Surely, guys, we've got to get back
That's
to
their
Kalderra
album.
pretty fast. Like, we kind of dropped the ball on the whole protecting the town thing.
I don't think we dropped the ball. We were fucked up beyond all recognition. Fubar,
Yeah.
as
Like,
they
that's the
say.
opposite
what?
of
I think-
winning the fight, right? Like, my dad always said, like, if you're lying on the floor bleeding, that's not good.
He was a wise man, your father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Away with words as well.
Let's not bring words
I
into
think
it.
that-
Like, that's...
I think that Harry might have saved us in the end, though, because did you see when? Oh, you might not have, Lovejoy, but I got punched in the face or something, and I could see Harry in there, and he looked regretful. I think he was trying not to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that Thunder Punch, I'm going to name it, could have just taken my head clean off. I'm not sure about you, Gildan, but my neck's only like this bit here.
Just going to make a
Wow.
note. Thunder Punch.
It was like a bone, though, right? So it was like
Bone.
the ultimate
Thunder
boner
bone.
or something.
Thunder boner, I'll
Thunder
call it. There we go.
Turkey slap was one of his moves as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
We owe it all to King Pal, guys. I never doubted him. Ever.
I did doubt him. There's something about this place, and there's something about the magic in it. It corrupts everything. You know what they say, Biko? They say absolute power corrupts absolutely.
That's
You know,
good.
Said that. I came up with that.
Yeah.
You
It's
did- you came up
I
with
wrote that. Yeah.
probably less applicable than if you're on the floor bleeding. Like, that happens. Like, how often do you have absolute power, Lovejoy?
Look around you, Chief.
You don't.
I don't know, Harry. I'm talking about Harry.
I
Ah,
thought you
yeah.
did.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay.
you ever do
No,
that wild
no.
magic thing? Just throw that inside out move on him. That would have been so appropriate. Because Harry's on the inside, Lovejoy.
Ah. Yeah. The old switcheroo, they call that.
Gildan, you
You know-
mentioned... Oh. Oh.
Oh, no, I think I might have about a 5-second delay. I'm over the other side of the cave, and there's an echo. Hey guys, are you worried about all the people back in village, or are they like better now? Or
should-
should we go see how they are?
We totally should.
Okay.
Well, let's get out of here then. But I don't like the sound of what we're going to find on the surface. I think we might be in for a very different town than the one we left.
Yeah. Do you guys want to help me take King Pal out?
No, let's leave him to rot.
He's already dead.
But
Yeah. Why would we drag the body out?
mushroom.
Oh, you could fillet him now. You could fillet him and put him in your bag of holding.
Lovejoy, that's such a good idea. Biko's going to spend the next 5 to 10 minutes with his
There's no time to waste. And then
mushroom
we sit around
filleting
and watch
knife.
this guy fillet King Pal.
Dismembering.
Wow. A close friend, King Pal. Savior of saviors. And his Biko just cross-legged next to him, slowly carving pieces off him. This is where his face was. We'll just put that in the bag of holding.
Oh, a mushroom face. This will be really helpful.
He just looks like a mushroom now, though, right?
He does
look like King Pal.
just look like a mushroom now.
Yeah.
Does he? There's no face.
There's no face. It's all sealed over. He is what he would have been, although much larger probably thanks to Aristal's power. He would have been what he was before the magic touched him.
Sorry.
In bad places.
Just leave his bulbuloid or whatever.
Yeah. Just filleting the shaft. Okay. There's like a moment you're starting to get used to that that nothingness that you're used to outside of Kalderra. It was always like that before you got near Kalderra, but having been with that feeling for so long and it would fluctuate between different emotions, now having that silence took a little bit of getting used to, and you're finding some peace with that while you're carving away parts of King Pal. The other two, I don't know, watching, I guess, or just taking a look around the...
Dry retching, I think.
I'm just watching.
Can I just get a Constitution saving throw from the three of you, please?
I knew this was coming, didn't I?
Because it's
What
so
did I say?
disgusting.
Wasn't one of the ones I raised, but it's a shame. It's not a natural 20, an unnatural 20. 17 plus
Hideous
3.
20. Biko got a total of 7.
As you're enjoying that sort of nothingness, there is an intensity of feelings and emotions that just suddenly slam into you. Biko and Lovejoy, with your rolls of 14 and 20, you can withstand them fine. But the strength of which this hits you, Gildan, knocks you to the ground. It is just so visceral. And it's this excitement, this craving for freedom that just suddenly overpowers you completely. You almost feel like your armor is constricting around you because you just want to be free. There's just this excitement and this urging for freedom that is just overpowering you completely. And Biko and Gildan, you're able to withstand. Sorry, Lovejoy, you're able to withstand it, but you're feeling it too. It's stronger and more intense. Your hearts are racing now. It's like your very essence wants to burst, but you're able to contain it. And you're tying this to the void. You're tying this to Aristal, and you don't know what could be happening outside of this cave right now.
I'm going to go set up a camp at Parliament. And set up a website. Freedom. I'm totally anti-vax now.
Yeah. It's about time we had some voices for freedom.
All about freedom.
Isn't
I got to get guns, everybody. I got to.
Oh, it's been
my right.
cut. The government's they've launched the 5G.
That's what real
mind
freedom
rays
is.
At Shannon's house. Bit too much.
Biko went to 7, so he's freaking out as well.
Freedom.
He just takes his head off and he just biffs it away into the pond.
I'm going to start charging towards the cave entrance because I yearn for the freedom away from the cave. I'm just going to start running.
I think it's affecting Gildan the most. The armor constricting, the cave walls constricting. It's just this want of destroying the things that are constricting.
Claustrophobic.
Yeah, very claustrophobic. But like an excitement about of getting out of this cave. It's very you know that once you get out of the cave, oh, that's amazing. What is where is this coming from? But it is again centered. That pull of that, there's a direction to this pull, and it's from that same basin that you saw Aristal turn into Harry, that it's coming not just from that direction, but it's all the way up. It's that void again. The void is calling.
Oh, to the above it.
The whole pillar of it, from this basin all the way up the mountain through into Kalderra above.
To the
Up
surface.
to the church.
Yeah.
To the surface. I'm getting out of here. I'm splashing through puddles.
Me first.
Me second.
It is I who needs to get out of here.
Yeah, Gildan, you're lighting the way.
Also need to.
And Biko, you've got your dark vision, but Lovejoy, you're left in the dark as Gildan like sprints off ahead of you feverishly.
Quick, is he?
You can probably keep up.
I bet myself to keep pace with him.
Well, you do both have 30 speed, so dashing is the same as well. So sure, yeah, you're exactly the same as in regards to running.
At last.
It takes you 45 to 50 minutes to get to the entrance of that cave, and Gildan, you just burst out with excitement. It's almost rapturous with how good it feels to bust through this wall of containment. And it just overcomes you. You just it's so joyous. Biko and Lovejoy, you're not feeling it the same way. You're still held with that feeling of wanting to break free, that excitement that you know is coming from Aristal.
Biko failed to save, so he's totally feeling just like Gildan.
I said you had a 4. You rolled
That's for athletics.
Oh, you rolled a. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Sorry, I saw the 14. But the 7, yeah, you're freaking out as well. And it's that same rapturous feeling as you burst out of that cave.
Boing.
Like a cork out of a champagne bottle.
Yeah.
As you are out of this cave.
Biko's gonna like dive out of the cave and like swim on the ground, just splash around like a seal on land. I did it! Fuck that dad!
What did you say? Fuck that dick. What did you say? Fuck that. What did your character say? Fuck. Fuck.
He said, "Suck that dad."
Suck that, Dad.
Yeah.
As in, like he's
I'm thinking it's almost worse.
not suck the dad.
Suck that, Dad.
It's like,
Yeah.
do you not get that? What he's saying?
So
Is it a reference to
that,
something?
Dad?
Is it?
yeah, so
No, he's
Biko's
obviously.
physicianary childhood didn't go well because of his father,
His
and
dad.
he, that's
As if he's proving something. He's shouting out,
he
"Suck
did
that,
that last.
comma,
Yeah,
dad."
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not saying suck that dad, like in pointing to a dad.
He's just, some dad is standing there with his kids.
Was that what, me?
Well, all right. Who you asking to do that? I got 15 minutes.
I didn't understand why he was saying something
'Cause it's
about his
Biko.
dad when he was leaving the cave. That's all. I was just
Yeah.
momentarily confused. That's okay.
That's fair. That's
The-
fair.
He's channeling the incoherentness into his Bikoology.
I'm doing deep breaths, like I've got 4 lungs. Ah, smell that freedom. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's turn into Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah.
Lovejoy, you're just watching. You're watching as you know
Right.
that you're feeling what they're feeling, but to a completely different kind of level.
I am also moderately pleased to be out of the cave.
Just moderately.
Let me go on record and say that I'm pleased.
Yeah.
Suck that, Dad. How do we get out of here?
Roll an athletics check for a total of 19,
Damn.
and just start forward rolling around the floor, around outside the cave, just over and over again, around and around in a circle.
I think the actions you guys are taking, your big breaths, Gildan, and Biko just spinning out, doing burnouts in the grass. just help you deal with this emotion, and it slowly settles over about 30 to 40 seconds of doing these activities. So yeah, rolling around for like almost a whole minute there, and you flop down onto your back, Biko, and Gildan, you sort of bring your arms down to your side, and that feeling is still with you, but it's a little less now, like as in the urges to want freedom, but there's that feeling still within you, and it's pointing back in that direction of Kalderra, which you know to be about an hour and a half from where your current location is.
What do you say we get out of here? An hour and a half? We could get there in 30 minutes.
Maybe one more lap. Do you guys want to join me? Like, I made a little rut and everything. Like we could race.
I tell you what,
Let's
I want to be
race straight
free,
there.
but I want to be free of the influence of Aristal more than anything.
He's he messed us up. Like I don't know what we're gonna do to take him out. Like if we had some like banishment technique, maybe like an arrow with like a really long bow and arrow with the Gildan, you know,
Like a spell.
yeah.
Like that spell that they used to banish him.
Binding, wasn't it? Soul binding, earth
Yeah.
binding.
Yeah, some kind of binding.
That was written down, but it should be right.
Yeah, we need to get the old tome out. I think maybe that's what we need to do on our way back to Kalderra. We need to read the tome for clues on how to defeat Aristal. Biko, perhaps you can just be the point man.
There is
You
whole lot of
pointed
possums
the-
last time, right? So, whoo, I gotcha.
That's true.
And with that emotion bomb that I just ingested, I'm sure the possums will be ravenous. So I can't read. No.
Oh, you know what we should do? One of us should try and sort of turn into Calgurt.
What?
The dairy food.
Yes. Yes, the dairy
Ah.
food.
Chocolate Galgurt.
Yes.
Speak more of this, Lovejoy. You
Oh, no,
crazy
sorry,
son of a bitch.
No, Harry has basically followed the same path as Calgurt. You definitely don't turn into Calgurt.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the worst
already
thing-
happened. He's
the worst thing we could do. Sorry, I fell into the trap of Biko. I didn't read all the way to the end.
Yeah.
It's all been used up anyway, all that blue goo.
The blue goo. Well, we could go back to the cylinder, blow a whole load of blue spunk into the cylinder again, and then race downstairs,
Yes.
soak it all up, and then we could get all powerful.
And evil.
But wouldn't we get we'd get more elbows and stuff?
Yeah.
We'll probably turn into Aristal's legs, I reckon.
No, because Aristal's already infested Harry's body, so there'd be no one left to infest us.
I don't
Well,
know
there's-
if he's
there's
just
still-
like in one place, because he said he's gonna go unlock the rest of his bits. He's
What?
speaking in Celestial. It's like a
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
language.
In your mind, Gildan, you're just sort of hearing that repetition of he wants to deal with you, and then the shackles that bind the rest of him.
Yeah, all his bits. Well, I don't know where they would be.
we could
Maybe
look,
we could go and
maybe.
ask
Well,
someone in town.
You are still feeling that feeling that is coming from the void within, and you know from your readings of the tomes that the the feelings that come out of the void are from Aristal.
Phenon is who we want to be. We want to be Phenon.
Yeah, Fennel.
We want to send some Fennel to Aristal.
You see, you guys
to
read
Kalderra!
Kalderra, yeah. Let's go there.
Let's do that.
Great. Yep.
We run.
We go
Okay,
to
great.
Kalderra.
You guys are empowered by that excitement that is building inside of you. That even though you know it's a foolish kind of a tricking kind of emotion that is being passed out of this void via Aristal. It feels like Aristal himself, his excitement is growing at the idea of being freed, and that is coming from the direction of Kalderra as you sprint. Oh, didn't you take a horse? You guys took horses, right? So you managed to get back on the horses. Didn't you make a deal from someone in the bar or something, and you got their horses? That's right.
It was less of a deal and more I almost killed him.
Yeah. You find these horses again back at Harry's cabin. You jump on and you're heading back to Kalderra the same way that you left it. And within 45 to 50 minutes, you're back on this outskirts of Kalderra. You can hear screams before you can see Kalderra. And as you hit the peak of the rise before it dips down into the plateau where Kalderra lays, as it comes into sight, you can see these rock monstrosities just like throwing people to the ground and keeping people clear of the church. And you can see far off in the distance now that a wall of the church has just been blown down through the trees that were burnt. You can now see through there, and just a section of the wall has been pushed away. And you continue. Do you guys just continue heading down into Kalderra?
I do. But if I encounter any rock lobsters on the way,
Yeah.
I'm gonna push them over or shoot a cantrip at them.
Okay. Yeah, I think there are a lot of these rock creatures around Kalderra. Most of them are nearer the city. So where you are at the moment, it's going to take another 5 minutes of galloping your horses down, or steering them, whatever you do, down into Kalderra.
Driving them.
Yeah.
Foot on the throttle. You are going.
Equine Master has returned. You're second only to Mark Todd in your knowledge of the equine species.
We put up more sails. Put out the spinnaker. We drive that horse right into town.
Grab the
I love
horse's
my
rudder.
hydrofoil.
And,
Yeah. Get up on the foils. That's what I know is a thing.
Yeah,
We're-
all 6 wheels.
Why don't you guys tell me what your entrance back into Kalderra looks like? Start with you, Lovejoy. It sounds like you've got sort of an idea for what Lovejoy would be doing. Where are you aiming your horse? What is your inspiration? What are you doing to anything that you pass?
I'm galloping my horse along towards the hole in the wall of the church, but every now and then I'm veering it slightly to get closer to a rock creature that's giving it or harassing a citizen of Kalderra, and I'm shooting out my new cantrip. This will fuck them up. Chromatic. Oh no, that's not a cantrip. God, I'm such a fucking amateur.
Oh, definitely fuck them up.
Ray of Frost. I'm just shooting rays of frost at all the rock creatures every time I see them.
Yeah, and you see some of these rock creatures are like holding people back, but some of them are just like pushing them to the ground and looking like they're trying to injure some of these almost feral villagers. These villagers are clearly caught up in this passion to get at the void, just like this urge to help free Aristal. They're screaming to free Aristal as these rock creatures are just pummeling them down and keeping them away. And you're riding through, shooting rays of frost at them and trying to stop these creatures from injuring some of the villagers. Gildan, what is your sort of aim or goal here?
Well, I'm just going to try and protect the villagers from getting attacked by the rocks and things. So I'll be shooting cantrips like radiance, flame radiance, whatever it's called, and hitting the rocks on the head with my mace as
Cool,
I
you're just like
drive past them on my horse.
as you as you sort of drift the horse past some of these guys, you're just like clobbing them, knocking some
I'm
of these.
drifting now.
knocking like the top rocks off some of these things with just these heavy hits of your mace, using your
Getting the
cantrips,
rocks off.
getting your rocks off.
Yeah.
And are you two aiming for?
It's like
just
Tokyo Drift, but on a horse. And like,
You light the nos, and you are aiming towards the hole in the church, I guess, as well. Is that correct? Following,
Yeah.
on Lovejoy. Biko, I think you're on one of the horses. I think from what I understand. Whose horse are you on the back of?
Biko will be on the back of Gilden's horse, and he's imagining himself just this heroic return into town on these horses with his companions of this dynamic adventure. But that's just in his imagination. In reality, he's clinging on like a little girl to the back of Gilden, not wanting to fall off the back of this horse, and he's being perfectly useless, and will stay attached until the horse comes to a complete break action.
You're seeing some of the villagers are trying to fight back. They seem to be less caught in the frenzy. You see some familiar faces like Edric Townsman, and Wilfred Barman have managed to sort of push through this cloud of emotion and are trying to help villagers, trying to snap them out of it. They're trying to fight back against some of these rock monstrosities as well. And you guys head through the burnt area of the forest outside the church and come up against that hole in the cave in the church. And what you see inside the church is Aristal standing at the void. The pillar that was built around it, that was housing it, has been destroyed by some of the rock creatures, and the rock creatures are pulling some of the rocks away, but they're being very gentle. One of them is being less gentle, manages to like trip over and into the void, and the rocks just spread out as if killing it instantly, just losing the magic from it. Aristal stands back and puts his hands together and casts a spell into the middle of the void. And for the first time, you don't know how long he's been casting spells into this thing, but you see him now casting a spell. And for the first time, it doesn't instantly absorb like it did previously. It hangs there in the middle of the void for a half second, for a half beat longer than it used to, before exploding and then shrinking down and disappearing. Aristal stands back and prepares another spell. And that's where we're going to end it for the night.
Beautiful.
I don't like our chances.
If he casts enough spells, he'll
we're
roll
level
at
4
one.
now.
I'd forgotten that we were level 4. I love our chances, I think. We're the favourites, the bookies' favourites. Wow.
Cool. I wasn't sure how far into this we were going to get, but I was hopefully going to stop it around that point anyway.
I was 100% certain that tonight TPK, like as the session played out, I was like, yeah, we're all going to die. Like, we're just up against too much.
Well, you're up against it a lot more next Monday. So you've got not just Aristal, but you've got these rock creatures as well. So it's going to be an interesting, what I assume will be the final session of Kalderra's Call.
Oh. And on that note, gentlemen, I must bid you farewell.
Thanks for joining us, Adam. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Great session. Oof, lots to think about. Catch you next week. See ya.
I can't get that working. Why can't I get that working?
It's an iOS thing.
Sorry, because
is it?
Is it? Why have you got sparkles?
Oh, you got fireworks. Okay. Why don't we have it? Why is it iOS only?
It's in the iOS level. Is there a down? Oh, okay. There you go. Okay.
All right. Bye, Adam. I know you got to run.
Bye.
He's like, oh, guys, I got to go. Anyway, we'll just do this for a couple of minutes.
I
was so excited. I thought we could all
Yeah.
do that. Bummer. I thought it might have been a VDO Ninja thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a system level thing now.
That's so
Okay,
weird.
so whenever you're using your camera in the middle of like an important meeting and someone's like quietly, Shannon, is it okay if you just do this task and you've got your mic off? You're just like, yeah, and just like, bloop, bloop. Cool, professional as. That's great.
it'll be like
Professional
that.
as.
How did you
You
guys?
can turn it off if you wanted to,
Oh,
but who
okay,
would?
sweet. At least it's not just constantly on. How did you guys find that session?
Action packed, man. Wowee.
Yeah.
We didn't die, but it was pretty close.
Yeah. I wanted to, like, I knew that there was a very good chance that unless you had a long rest, it was going to be a very, very bad interaction with Aristal in the cave. But I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just okay, TPK, thanks guys. We'll that's us for the year. It's I wanted to make it like a really nice.
You tried.
Yeah. Look, to be honest, it's the final session next week. I'm open to a TPK next week. I wanted you at least to get to the final fight in a nice, believable way. I think if Harry could pull back any of those punches, he would have. I think King Pal absolutely would have done his best to give his life for yours. So I
think
don't
was
feel
a
like
good explanation for why there was why you pulled the punches. So that was
Yeah,
good because there's
yeah.
like two creatures
Yeah.
in one.
Yeah. It was fun designing all of that. That was cool.
Because pretty glad he
And
didn't.
sorry
kill
if I was
King
talking
Pal
over
first.
anyone. I probably am doing now.
That's okay.
There's a big delay, but honestly, sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm not sure when we first joined, it didn't seem like there was much of a delay, but then you dropped out for a second and came back, and it was just like massive delay. So I'm not sure what happened.
It's just fitting into the Gildan's character, right?
Yeah, he's just a little slow.
Yeah.
He's listening to Peel all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
That was such a cool move.
Oh, the Pelor move was
yeah.
so good.
The Peel on you.
The whole idea that like he's been sort of like talking about him this whole time. Imagine if he'd done this in front of all of the villagers as well. And maybe he will. Who knows? But the idea of like actually Pelor listening and coming to your aid to do something massive suddenly puts into perspective he has been helping with all of your magic every time you've been calling it. It's not just you doing magic, it is Pelor, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's him doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Loved it. I had no
So
idea
good
that
he
move was
rolled
coming.
Once. Boom! 3
Yeah, I'm
down.
glad I read my list.
Yeah. That's seriously cool.
Channel Divinity, it's cool. Yeah.
I expected the Aristal fight to end sooner. I didn't expect him to keep rolling 1s and 2s for his attacks on you guys. I was like, fuck, this can't just keep going on. He's going to have to use up one of his massive spell slots. Yeah.
It's not good that he has massive spell slots. He's like Strahd or something, and we're level 4.
Well, I mean, he's used some of his massive spell slots, so see how that goes.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and you did a decent amount of damage on it. That because it was like 20 just from that
Single hit.
one hit. So there's uncertainty of what Aristal has done in between the 3 or so hours it's taken.
Taking more damage for sure.
He was like scraped his arms on the rocks as he was leaving.
Yeah, how many ones could he have rolled in that time? A lot.
Yeah.
Every step I had to roll another die just to see if he could successfully.
One
stand.
roll for each elbow too, right? So
Yeah.
it's up.
Yeah.
What did you think of poor Harry within the shell of this thing? I told Joe about like the description for it, and Joe was just like, "Oh, that's so sad."
It is sad. I guess he's. Oh, sorry.
You go. I'll interrupt you.
Fuck. I was gonna say that it is sad, but
I was gonna say that
but fuck him.
Shannon, go.
No. I just think it's sad, but like what he's also he's fallen for it, right? He's fallen. He wants the power, I guess. That there must have been part of him that wanted to get magic power, and he sort of risked it. So he's to blame in some ways, but I also feel like he's a bit of a sucker because I'm sure he was manipulated by old Aristal, wasn't he?
Well, it's really interesting because it happened so long ago, episode-wise, that I wondered if it was kind of forgotten that he had spent like 30 years trying to extract the magic and trying to find what it was and what it was for. And it was when he finally realized how he could use it that it stopped and dried up. And then he spent however long by himself kind of just waiting for it to kick in again. And I was unsure if people had kind of forgotten that information or not, because it would be easy to forget. So yeah, definitely not out of character that he's back there.
That's his whole hobby situation, right?
Yeah. It's been really. I can't wait when this is all over and we have a chat about like the campaign in general. It's going to be really interesting to sort of talk about the campaign as a whole. I think, considering it's my first go at homebrewing like an entire thing, like a big thing. So feedback and stuff is going to be a cool session just to understand what hit, what didn't hit, what got lost, what didn't get lost, and whether we'll talk about all of that in a couple of weeks, I reckon.
Sounds great. I really enjoyed the feels, of Aristal's call. That whole vibe of how it changes and us going psycho were pretty cool, and I like that whole thing. And the feral villages and everything coming back when we rode into town. That was epic.
Cool. All right, well, let's call it there. We'll be back next Monday at the same time. For what I anticipate to be the final session, I reckon. And it depends. Depends how.
So probably 3 more.
Yeah.
Every session will be the final session until the final session.
It is. We're in that. It's like final_final. For if we were to name this something.
Dot.
V2.
Dot MOV.
Yeah. So next week hopefully should be a very exciting wrap up, whether it's a TPK or whether our heroes save the day, save Kalderra. What even does saving Kalderra even look like? That's the next thing as well. So
we gotta get back to poisoning them, right?
Just burn it all down.
We got halfway through. If it's a garden or of ash, it's saved, right?
Yeah. With Aristal standing above it all going, "You have done great." Cool. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for playing, guys. You did amazingly.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Take care.
Bye.